Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host Matrix Lord 212, and this is the Real Whovians cast 2032. And this morning I'm having my breakfast. I'm having Cheerios and drinking my coffee, and I was listening to some people's take on Shitty Gatwa's interview with Jamie Lee Curtis on the One Show when he was asked about his regrets with Doctor Who. And from what I've seen, what people have said, some people are downplaying uh, Shooty Gatwa's comments that he needs to go fight a Dalek and Cyberman, as just downplaying it as it's either connected to Big Finish or he is talking and he doesn't mean anything by it. No, he looks pretty confident to me when he said he's going to fight a Dalek and a Cyberman. I don't think that was a joke at all. I would think it was very serious, and I think that Jamie Lee Curtis did not bail him out, that she was strengthening what he said as truth, as a spoiler, as a big secret revealed on the show. And judging by the way the regeneration went, it is questionable if that regeneration was complete or not. People could speculate from now to Kingdom Come of what happened with that regeneration, and a lot of people have different opinions. And I find that a lot of people today that are against Shooty Gatwa are sort of dissecting his character. They're sort of questioning that he's not good enough actor. They're questioning his acting roles in the past. And I find it very unfair how people are treating Shooty Gatwa, people that don't like Shooty Gatwa. When we had our doctors, and our doctors, when they took the role, didn't have really a background before, and now they're judging him more than any doctor that's been before. What has he done? Well, why does he have to be a famous actor to be a doctor now? Because people, when they had the role as a doctor, they weren't known, So why is it that he needs to be the greatest actor there is, or the best known actor there is? And he did have a successful show, Sex Education, and he has been in movies, in Barbie and other stuff. He's been, promoted on different shows in America as well as UK and all over the world. And he's not a bad actor at all. But people are sort of trying to create a new narrative with Doctor Who, and especially trying to diminish Shooty Gatwa's career. And you could tell that someone doesn't like Shooty Gatwa when they keep going on and on and on about his acting ability. Sort of like they didn't like that he said that he's going to go fight a Dalek and a Cyberman, because that would destroy everything they've talked about on their show. That would destroy their sources. That would destroy all the news that they get that Doctor Who's doom and gloom done and that he's gone. And that would basically strengthen that Shooty Gatwa didn't leave. And that would make them look like liars. So they don't like that. So the first thing they do is they make it that he doesn't know how to speak. He doesn't know how to talk. He goes on these shows. He don't know what to say. And I just find that disturbing. I thought, how you doing, this scamp? Well, let me talk about this first, and then I'll talk to you about that. Okay. So I'm really trying to. I'm not trying to bash anybody, but I'm really trying to. I find it hard that these people that want Doctor to be canceled, and they want to create doom and gloom, and they want to create dissension in the ranks. They want you to believe that Shooty Gat was a horrible actor. They want you to believe Russell T Davies is a problem with him as showrunner. They want you to believe there's a problem with the BBC, there's Disney Plus. They just have an agenda, right? And I find that they start talking about Shooty, and they don't like the thought that Shooty Gatwa would remain the Doctor. So immediately they start attacking him as an actor. They try to make it like he's inexperienced. He doesn't know what he's saying. He's saying off the cuff. He needs to be pulled in or reeled in. They try to make it that Jamie Lee Curtis was trying to save him on the show from his comments. That's not what took place at all. You had a young actor who was the doctor, and it hasn't been proven what the hell happened with the regeneration, right? Or if it was complete at all. Because we do know in the past, like Journey's End, that the regeneration could be halted and stopped. Same thing like with Jodie Whittaker's time, the regeneration can be reversed within a certain amount of hours of the regeneration cycle or stopped. And we've seen villains take the regeneration energy, like from the 12th Doctor, from 15th Doctor. We had Davros take the regeneration energy from the 12th Doctor. We had Ring-a-Ding take the regeneration energy from the 15th Doctor. So the regeneration energy could heal him and then get cut off. And then he won't regenerate, he just heals. And the regeneration's not complete. So we don't have any answers definitively about that. But I find that they are trying to diminish what he said on the show. And they're trying to make it that he doesn't know what he's saying, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Then they're trying to make it like he's talking about Big Finish. No actor that left Doctor Who immediately talks about Big Finish or returning to the role. There hasn't been once where any doctor that left immediately said they want to be the Doctor again. That never happens. They go off, do their thing. They don't talk about Doctor Who for a while. So I don't have any evidence to suggest that he's really done with Doctor Who, honestly. And neither do you. Nobody really does. Because that regeneration could have been a way to wait for Disney Plus to make their decision and kind of let the actor go film his other stuff, Russell film his other stuff, and then return because it was like just never completed. The regeneration energy was never completed. He was transported. Could be a sort of a Death of the Doctor thing like Sarah Jane Adventures where the 11th Doctor used the Archon energy of Clyde to swap places, and the regeneration energy is cut off. And of course, a Rose Tyler or the Moment is in the Doctor's clothes, and the Doctor's in the Moment's clothes. So, transported somewhere else. So, we don't have any evidence to say he's gone or he's really still there. I mean, it's nice to create the narrative that makes it look like he's gone, but you really don't know until you see a new doctor say that they're the Doctor, really. And as far as let's talk the possibility of the Christmas special, not if there's a Christmas special. It is now July 31st, 2025. It is highly possible to do a Christmas special. You only need a couple of weeks to film, and then you got to have so much time to do the special effects, and then you have to add Murray Gold's score. So the thing is, it all depends on the story. If the story warrants a lot of special effects, then it's going to take longer to do the show. But we're talking one episode, regular runtime, basically a special for Christmas. So as of today, it is highly possible that there could be a Christmas special, not limited possibility. It's highly possible. It's sort of like 99% possible. Not saying it's definite, but it's 99% possible that we could have a Christmas special. Now, ask if I think there's going to be a Christmas special. I think there's no doubt there's going to be a Christmas special. I think that Children in Need special is going to lead into the Christmas special. I think, of course, you would get Billie Piper while she's hot and with Wednesday and all that other stuff, and she'll appear, but she won't be the Doctor. And I never believed she was the Doctor, even though we broke the news on the night of the Baptist on the Whovians cast. So I had my panel, telling me, and I was like, I don't want it to be. And when it happened, I was screaming and cursing. And then when I found out the truth, I was sort of forced into being quiet about Doctor Who until Shooty got leaked that he's going to go fight a Dalek and a Cyberman. But he didn't say that like joking around. He was dead serious that, and again, you got to think about this. For an actor that supposedly leaves Doctor Who, I know that. I know that M. Saif. They definitely need to film it soon. But then again, in the past, they filmed it as late as a month and a half before. So it is highly possible we can get a Christmas special. Highly possible. I'm not saying definitely, but in my opinion, and I'm not talking about sources, my opinion, I think we're going to see one. I think we're going to see one on Disney Plus, and I think that maybe Disney Plus would want to promote, that. But the thing is now, I'm sort of like, we don't got a set date for the war between the land and the sea, and even though it's supposed to happen soon, um, I honestly think it goes down to the back catalog of Doctor Who. And it's funny the way Google AI works. Depending on what you type in, you get different answers, right? So I typed in something and it said to me that they're getting it. And then I guess Bobby types in something and it says they don't have it. But then again, is the Google AI different in America compared to the UK or Ireland? I don't know. Do they give you the answer you want to hear, or do they give you an answer like reality, or what? But it just goes to show. I even testing the AI of Google, um, it thinks it knows, but I don't think it really knows 100%. I don't know why it would say that Doctor Who is going with Disney Plus if it wasn't true, but not to my knowledge. That I don't think they said boo about it, really. Even after, they kind of kept quiet about it. So, and again, do you believe the lie that's fed to you about he's too old to be the Doctor? That's sort of like, oh, Russell telling Shooty, oh, could you think of something like a lie to say why you left? And oh, I'll say I'm old. Well, you're not old. You're in your 30s, and you're more fit than any doctor has ever been. Look at the way you work out and everything, because you're dancing around in Barbie and everything. Like, look at the way you work out. Like, you're muscular. You're this, you're that. Like, you're totally more fit than anybody. Probably more fit than David Tennant was. So why would you say you're old? Because they don't know what to say, really. They're trying to just make you create this illusion, really. And look at how Russell has created the illusion that the 14th Doctor died in Venice in 2029, I think. Well, then that counteracted when the 15th Doctor asked Rose Noble how your uncle is, and she's like, fine. So when Russell wants you to stop talking about Doctor Who, he sort of like post-hypnotically brainwashes everybody into believing that Doctor Who, whatever he wants. Really. So, yeah, it is highly possible to have a Christmas special. Now, the one question everybody wants is, well, what is Disney Plus doing? Well, like I said, it's still technically July 31st. So they're not allowed to say until, I guess, August 1st, right? So you will see tomorrow, or in the UK a certain time, what's going on with the Doctor Who rights for the New Who series 1 to 13. Because I honestly think that the negotiations were going on for the streaming rights to the back catalog for a while. I know that Disney Plus had tried to get it for a while. And maybe that's sort of what made them wait on their decision. Because if that occurs and Disney gets the back catalog, well, then they're all in. Then Disney's all in. Then you will see TARDISes at the theme parks. You will see sets built in Doctor Who for theme park attractions. You'll see a roller coaster with the Doctor and the TARDIS. You'll see theme park where with the Daleks, or you'll see Gallifrey or Time Lords running around, or Cybermen. You're going to see everything of Doctor Who in Disney parks. So that's what's going to happen if Disney is all in. And I honestly think Disney's all in. Now, I wish I could have time to go to New York City because the Disney Plus offices are in New York City. But I actually, I have stuff that I have to do, and I'm actually too busy to go into the city to the Disney Plus offices at the moment because I'm heavily got some projects I'm working on, especially the gaming thing. That's big in my channels, and that's big in my life and my books and my videos. So I actually don't, I cannot get away to go into the city as much as I want to right now. I can't get away the rest of this week actually. As far as next week goes, maybe, but by then we'll already know probably what's happening. And again, I unless I see the doctor change his face in regeneration, and then they officially say that that person is the doctor, then he's not gone as far as I'm concerned. And I don't care what the doom and gloomers say. I don't care what anybody says because you see, a lot of people are making it out to be a competition. Me, I love talking about Doctor Who since 2011. I love covering the news. But for some, like Noli, they are bothered by me having the right to speak about Doctor Who because they feel that I am a threat to their Doctor Who news. While Matrix Lord 2 and 2 exists, they're never going to be what their full potential is, I believe. So I feel that that's why I get attacked. I get Geeks Assembled attacking me, trying to question my Doctor Who knowledge and the narrative of when I watch Doctor Who because they want more viewers. So if they go after the biggest person they feel in the Doctor Who community, then and they create doubt, and then they get more views. They get more views. That didn't work really with Geeks Assembled, especially since my own family is witness to when I was watching Doctor Who in the 70s. So, and then also getting my kids into Sylvester McCoy before Doctor Who came back on the air in 2005. And a lot of people have been trying to attack my character, attack my real life accomplishments. They've been trying to, some have been trying to get money out of me, blackmailing me, give us $500 or else we'll leak your address. Give us money or else we'll get Sharon fired from her job. Give us money or else we'll harass this person. And my answer to all of this was go fuck yourself, really. So they haven't been successful in that regard of getting money, especially Ben Wolf trying to get money out of me. That didn't work, and then him turning because he needs money for whatever operation he's getting or whatever's going on with him. And they all, like Noel has been, trying to get people to troll me and attack me, and he knows them all. They've all appeared on the TARDIS Zone, all these people that have attacked me. So, I don't care what he says about Doctor Who. He's just full of shit, but he thinks that he can control the Whovian community where they would diminish and my character, they would diminish my reputation to get people to stop watching me. And the only thing that's happened is the opposite effect, is that the Real Whovians cast is a staple that's continuing 26% more, really, than usual. You're going to get a lot more cast. You're going to get a lot more members coming in. You're going to see me all times throughout the day. You're not going to see me just at nighttime. M. Saif said Hollywood Studios needs new attractions. A Doctor Who attraction would be perfect. Even Epcot would be perfect for something Doctor Who. I agree. As I said, I've always agreed that having a Doctor Who attraction would get me to go to Florida or California or whatever and take part in it and go on the TARDIS set or go, another facsimile of the TARDIS set, or, I definitely would, be on board with that. Now, with Doctor Who, every single time there's been a new Doctor, they've said in Doctor Magazine that there's a new Doctor, with the exception of this time, where they had the question mark to Billie Piper. And because she wasn't in the credits as the Doctor, I mean, John Hurt, right? Said flat out he's the Doctor. You had Joe Martin said that she's the doctor in the credits, but you never said Billie Piper's the doctor, but she's not the doctor. She was sort of thrown in there as a way to delay the inevitable. Okay, so you want to wait, or you want to something is paused to stop production of Doctor Who, and Shooty's got to film and Russell's got to do other projects. Then you've got to create something to make people believe that the regeneration energy took place, but then scratch their head questioning it. So that's the whole point, is that it's an actual pause in the greatest form of pause. That no, a regeneration did not complete. We've never seen it complete. So Ncuti Gatwa, as far as I'm concerned, is still the Doctor. There's nothing in any publication, there's nothing anywhere that said he's officially gone from Doctor Who. And no actor that's left the role has immediately talked about Doctor Who so right after announcing that they're regenerating, whatever, that they want to come back or they have regrets. So it's not a joke what he said. It's he knows, and he's allowed to say that, because after the Graham Norton, now anytime he would talk about Doctor Who, he makes sure he's gonna not get embarrassed like he did that time, and he's allowed to say what he's allowed to say. Of course he's gonna know the question before what they're gonna ask him on the show. So he's prepared. And he said, I think I'll do that. Well, it's not Big Finish. It's Doctor Who he's talking about. He's going to fight. And if you watch the Whovians cast, I mean, M. Saif, if you remember what I've said on the Whovians cast, how many times did I say that the scripts were handed in for season 3, that Russell was writing at the time a Cybermen episode and a Dalek episode. So I did say that when season 3 happens, there will be a Dalek episode and a Cybermen episode. I think M. Saif, I said that numerous times on the Whovians cast, that the Daleks and the Cybermen were definitely appearing, right? I think it's that more than 5 times, probably. And again, Marty even came on here and said, besides me, that the scripts were handed in at the end of August, and that they were doing prep work and pre-production stuff on it until they film. And even Russell T. Davies had come out and said that they are ready at any time for when Disney Plus gives the word. Now, if you're ready, that means you have the scripts in place, and you have everything in place, and you just got to, like a snap, like with the Infinity Gauntlet, let's go. So that's the point. Oops, excuse me, my phone, I don't want to get overheated. That's the point, is that Doctor Who, I think Disney's waiting for when they're allowed to say that they got the back catalog. And I just want to, say out there that possibility. I don't think they would waste it with Ncuti, though. I think Billie Piper would be the. I think Billie Piper would be in the Children Need special, and I think it will be revealed. Maybe she's disoriented, and she doesn't know what's going on. So I don't know if they would reveal in the Children in Need special that she's the Doctor or not. It might be that, it leads into a Christmas special. I don't think, like I said, they would ruin it on the reveal in the Children in Need special. I think they would do it in such a artistic way that Billie Piper's in it, but she's disoriented as Rose Tyler, or the moment, and she needs help, and maybe David Tennant shows up, or she goes to David Tennant, or the TARDIS. She has the TARDIS go to the 14th Doctor or something, to help her, or maybe they bring Jodie Whittaker back to appear again to help her. And then the Doctor's in shock, like, well, why did you take this for me? Like maybe they'll have another Doctor and like, Why did you take this form? Doctor. And she's like, who? I'm not, like, who knows? But I think it's needed for the children to need to focus on Doctor Who. And I think we need to do more of a big deal for children in need for Doctor Who. I think they need to do a little bit more than they've done. I think that the thing with the mini-sode was great with David Tennant, but I think they need to do more of a bigger presence on children in need with Doctor Who, especially with Doctor Who not being on the air right now and they're being out. We may actually just get Billy Piper in Children in Need saying, "Hi, I'm Billy Piper. I'm in Doctor Who, and here is the trailer for the Christmas special." And that's what you may get. You may not have her say anything, and just they may have it filmed, and then they may say, "Here's the trailer to the Doctor Who 2025 Christmas special." Now, here's the thing, and I know that there's a lot of egos involved when it comes to Doctor Who. There's a lot of YouTubers with massive egos like Noli, and they all want to be right. They all want to be number one, and they all sort of have their own artistic style of bashing the other Whovians or not bashing other Whovians. Some people are very diplomatic. Some people are very professional. But some are just like, no, flat out like, no, listen to me and don't listen to anybody else. So it's a butting of heads, and the Whovian community is big enough for everyone to do videos about Doctor Who. I do videos about Doctor Who and podcasts since 2011. You got Diaries, you got Nerd Gang, you got the Confused Adipose, you got Dr. Freedom, you got Mr. TARDIS Reviews. You have tons of people. You got Type 40, you got others. Rabbi, everybody's, doing their take on the Doctor Who news. Some are very diplomatic and some are not. I think Rule of Fans does it, and there's a lot of, I don't want to miss, I can't mention all the Doctor Who people, but I know of them. Sense here, I guess, whatever. But there's a lot, and everybody has their own ego, everybody has their own thing. And of course, everybody, they all want to be number one, or they, in some cases they may bash the others, or they, in Noel's case, Noel plans on destroying you because you're a threat to his Whovian existence. He can't live and let live. He can't, you can't coexist for some weird reason. And again, I think, with Noli, I think that there's something wrong up there, that he is recreating history in his brain to make it that I'm an enemy. I've never said anything nasty about his wife. I've never said anything nasty. I've talked to her quite a few times. Maybe he doesn't like that, so he when his wife was attacked and then she had a panic attack, she was in hospital, and he live streamed about it and making money off of it. He sort of is trying to recreate history to where, oh, Matrix Lord attacked her and people on his cast attacked her. And we weren't even enemies then. And we weren't even, I don't think we were even talking. So I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. And he's trying to get people to believe that I'm a bully in the Whovian community, that I don't allow people to speak about Doctor Who. Well, I'm not attacking anybody else. I'm responding. That's the whole point. It's like, I'm not, you bash me over and over and over again. I'm going to respond constantly. And, we're at a war. Me and Noli know. DJ Noli know. We're at war. So, because, if you go after my family, we're at war. And that's what you've done. You went after my family. You went after me. You went after my jobs. You went after my books. You went after everything about Matrix Lord 2 and 2. And where'd you get? Nowhere. I said, on Twitter, I am magnified. You don't know what that means, but you'll find out. I actually am stronger than I ever was. The Whovians cast is back, full swing, 100%. Going to be showcasing a lot of different members on here. A lot of people want to come back. Of course, I'm very spontaneous, so that's a problem in some cases because, you know, I appear all different times now. I don't just appear at nighttime after 10 o'clock in my time zone. It's always all different times. I'm in the wee hours in the morning. Well, it's 10:35 in the morning right now. So, you have me on here. You don't usually have me this time. I guess it's in the afternoon in the UK. So we are a presence, the Whovians cast, in the Doctor Who community, and we're going to continue. And I don't really care about these trolls making 20, 30, 40 videos of me a day, or making a week, or copying or taking my videos and trying to destroy my reputation. They can't do it no matter what they do. Noel has tried so hard to. He did a lie, I think, on his channel saying that I go to Gallifrey base, which I never do. And anytime we've done the news, if anybody else did the news other than me, like Connor or anybody, they said where they got it from. So he pissed off somebody that's a Gallifrey base member to attack me, and they did. And then I had to contact Gallifrey base and let them know they have a member like that. And then also the guy was a troll, and he basically was imitating some other real person that had thousands of followers on Twitter. And that guy contacted me and asked me if I could help out with his case. He was taking those people to court and suing them and destroying them, and for stealing his content and his name. And I helped. And then they got mad on the stream and pissed off that I just basically put a stop to them helping the other person. So look, if you're going to be evil and you're going to do stuff like that, you're going to be stopped. You're going to troll, you're going to be stopped. And these people, they want to make it that I'm a loser. You want to craft, you want to call designations. I know. Why? That's the thing too. Like, look, I mean, the scamp. I mean, I don't know what you think of me personally, and it's really irrelevant because, I don't really know. I've seen you appear, so I don't know if you're anti-Matrix Floyd 2 and 2 or pro. But even if you were, what does Sharon have to do with this channel? Like with Doctor Who, she don't. What would she have to do with? Why would you be bothered by Sharon, my girl? You wouldn't. So why try to destroy her? She's a nice person. She loves everybody. She's so kind. She's so considerate. You know, she doesn't appear hardly ever on my channel. Like, she doesn't appear that much, but she's my girlfriend. So why, now that she, and that's the thing, is like, Noel plays dirty. And he thought, oh, with the war between the Ukraine and Russia, and the war between Palestine and, Israel, all these different things, he thought, oh, I'm really going to cause a problem for Joe. And I'm going to reveal his girlfriend's full name on Twitter so they could attack her because she's Jewish. So he did that. He revealed her name. And immediately, you get old nut jobs trying to harass her, destroy her, because she's Jewish. That's all. Nothing else. Amazing. And his best friend is Jewish. Problem being, which is weird, Lee. That's the weirdest thing. But he put it out there on Twitter. And then, I'm talking to her about YouTube shorts and stuff like that, and, got her interested into YouTube. And she decides, I want to be a YouTuber. Good. You deserve to be. Because you know what? After this one trying to destroy you, fuck that. Become very popular. Get more subscribers than me. Grow like ridiculous. I hope she does. I hope she becomes so much more powerful than me on YouTube. That would be the greatest gift. And she started doing videos, started doing shorts, and look what the trolls did. They're really trying to stop her and her motivation and her kindness, and they're trying to scare her off the platform of YouTube. Bunch of bullies. All these men, think about that. All these men, no lives, no nothing, and they're trying to destroy her. And she never did anything to them. She never said anything to them. She didn't even know they exist. She doesn't watch Doctor Who unless she watches it with me, and she's not a fan. So disgusting, 100% disgusting. Not right, not right at all. Um, not fair, and that's why I go heavily responding to DJ No We Know there because you tried to play dirty. But then again, he brought his wife into it back then when trolls were attacking him, and it wasn't trolls attacking him; it was him pissing people off, and then they wanted to hit him below the belt, and he caused his wife's pain. He caused Cheryl to be traumatized. He caused Cheryl to be harassed. He created that, and he loved it. He loved it. He live streamed it. He got a boost to his channel, and he enjoyed her suffering because it helped his YouTube career at the time. And she's in the hospital and he's home. Why the fuck are you home? Your place as a husband or boyfriend is with your girlfriend in the hospital, not home talking about Doctor Who. Under no circumstances do you stay home while your wife is suffering in the hospital. When my girlfriend, something happened, I was right there. When I am sick, she's right there. Okay? Under no circumstances do you stay home and chill and do Doctor Who live streams while your wife's in the hospital. That will always be the greatest mistake that the TARDIS guy, Mr. Zone guy, did, was benefit from his wife's suffering, Cheryl. Benefit. And he benefited. And he will always be a lowlife. Just like he was always a lowlife. When he tried to get those women YouTubers off the platform because YouTube allowed them to accept donations as a YouTuber. And he's like, this is ridiculous. And what does he do now? Buy me a coffee? Noel is a hypocrite. Okay? He is trailer park trash. He is not educated. He is dumb. He doesn't know anybody. In fact, it's so amusing that his sources became friends of mine, and they're like, look at the idiot. Look, watch this. Watch what I do. Watch what I do. Oh, no, this is happening in Doctor Who. And he's like, oh, and he's jumping on it, right? Controlling him like a damn puppet on a chessboard. Telling him things, and he jumped at it. And he did a podcast about it. And did a live stream about it. Everything he said, he accepted it as gospel. Yeah, Doctor's getting canceled in 2017. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. And he's like, oh, it's canceled. Never create anything original. The TARDIS Zone, that's not, the TARDIS is Doctor Who, so you're not officially anything. They don't recognize you as an official anything. In fact, if they really wanted to, they probably could stop you from using it. And then, even then, he sort of did a Prince name change, right, at one point, and then he went back. So, he's not an official anything. It's all bullshit. And all these people had trolled him, making it like their sources, and nothing came true ever. And he got mad. And every time when he was introduced to me, I'm talking to him nice, and we were nice and friends and everything. And then he didn't know who I was. He thought I was a food critic, which I guess at the time, during pandemic times, I was doing different things on my channel, but I was still with Doctor Who. And then it had to be other people telling him, oh, no, he's using the Whovian community. And then as he saw all the stuff I've done, then he started getting jealous. And then right off the bat, he tried to attack me immediately after being friends. Not that long. And then he got defeated really bad. And then he sort of apologized. And then round 2, something happened. And then he went after me. And his wife did not agree that time. That's why she contacted me. She did not agree with what he was doing. And she told me flat out, his ego is incredible. Like, there's nothing you can do. Once his mind is made up about something, he's like an immovable object. He's stubborn. He is this. She could not even get him to do different things or whatever. Like, he is just stubborn. And even though she didn't agree with everything he was doing, He was just, and she did not want that. She did not want him battling with me, and again, I defeated him because again, I said the doctor was being filmed during COVID, and he said no. And a year later, they're like, yeah, by the way, we broke the rules when we filmed during COVID. And then on a live stream with all these people, he's screaming that they were filming Doctor Who, that he was wrong, and he looked like an asshole. Screaming. In fact, one of the people he attacked made a nice thing for me with The Simpsons, putting that clip on there for me because they hated him so much. And they're like, yeah, could you put this on the channel? I'm like, absolutely. Yeah. So they were showing me what a meltdown he had, like a little bitch. And then he decided to leave the Whovian community. But we became friends. Like he gave up. I won the second battle, and then we were friends. And then he stepped away from Doctor Who to fight for his country because somebody manipulated him into doing that. And then he got before he left the Whovian community, he got arrested for that. And then his own people kind of oh shit, we're gonna do this live stream with a criminal. Got arrested. So some people left. And that kind of caused him pain, And then I guess the thought of him going to jail all the time and fighting police and everything got in the news for it, but that's nothing to be proud of, right? And then I guess, his wife is just like, oh, God, please talk about Doctor again because I can't keep bailing you out of jail and this is not, and then, is that affecting how he's making money? I mean, he's not working, obviously, he's disabled. But if you're disabled, how are you able to fight for your country? So maybe he was going to lose benefits. I don't know. But, he went right back to Doctor Who. But instead of just going right back to Doctor Who, he attacked me on the X platform in August. I think it was the 30th or 31st, something like that. He attacked me. Well, the time zones are different because he's in the UK. I'm here. So for me, it might be the 31st. For him, it might be the 30th. Him might be the 31st. And me might be the 30th. I don't know. But, so yeah, he attacked me to try to propel his return to Doctor Who, and then he had it planned out on his channel. He had a video made up, taken from my video, call me a liar and a grifter, praising himself, and you could even see the Twitter exchange where I'm like, "Why are you doing this? We're friends." Well, I'm saying to him, "Why are you doing this to me? We're friends. Why are you attacking me? I don't want to attack you. What are you doing?" He's a bully, and that was it. And there's nothing he could say about it ever. He was a bully. And then he had his people bully me, like Lee immediately. Lee, other people attacking my gaming streams, attacking me where they thought it hurt. And this has been going on since last year. And they sort of manipulated the scenes with other podcasts too. Like Lee showing up in all these podcasts, maybe getting their trust, maybe become moderator. But the influence was always there, them trying to infect everything. Which is sad. Or orchestrate a host to fight with his own panel. So, but then you got to see the real dirtiness of the Mr. Noli No, or whatever he's called on Twitter. He's got many different accounts, huh? Irish, whatever. And he what did he do? I think the biggest disgrace to his name was when he cursed out Katie Manning and Billy Piper. Cursed him flat out. He cursed out David Tennant. He bashed David Tennant's wife. He said some sexual reference to David Tennant's wife. He tried to go after celebrities, try to be like an ambulance chaser, so hopefully they catch on. I think he battled the She-Hulk in the past, and he got a little notoriety from that. Sometimes people just don't give him the time of day. I mean, he tried so many times now that Darius is more popular to try to get Darius to respond to him, and Darius doesn't. Because, he's a ship reader really now. Noel's a little ship reader. Little fucking ant, little fucking bug. To Darius to everything. Rah! Fuck out of here. Goddamn leprechaun bitch. And that's basically what happened there. Darius just bitch slapped him out of it. Don't even mention him because Noah's insignificant to Darius. And other YouTubers too. He tried to force the war with you. At one time he tried to go to war with Dr. Freedom. That was over real fucking Yes, he lost that one. Mr. Tardis Reviews, yeah, he never really won that one either. So now what? You're going after me, and you're not winning. That's hysterical. You're not winning anything. You haven't done anything. I'm more popular than ever. And I make money, and you don't. And that's another thing. How stupid is the intelligence of that person that you don't know that 300, 500, 800 of your videos is not monetized? I mean, is your head up your fucking ass? Did you not graduate school? Did you lucky you know how to feed yourself or read or write that you have no fucking idea that 300 or 500 of your videos is not monetized? You don't check your fucking emails? You don't check? You don't know? I have direct deposit. I'm a YouTube partner. When I get paid, it goes right in the bank. I check my shit all the time. I know when every video is flagged. I know when every video is not monetized. Everyone, and I have 15,000 plus videos. So I am fully aware. And you don't know? Oh, I didn't know that 400 videos of mine was not making me money, and I was wondering why I'm not making money. And you lied because you made it like you're making money. You're not making money. You fucking suck because you pissed somebody off. You pissed somebody off like you always do, and they were better than you, and they fucked you up really bad, and they continually fucked you up, and you're 100% scared now. 100% scared now because you got fucked up. So all this shit on Social Blade or whatever showing his channel's doing great, it's all bullshit. It's bots. He's not making money. He admitted it. He's not making shit, and he's suffering financially. Like really asking for donations now, where he used to attack people for asking for donations. He used to attack YouTubers. Now he is a hypocrite. He should be called Hypocrite Zone. So now he's a little bitch suffering. And what kind of a loser is that can't support his own family? Can't support his wife. She's supporting him. You're asking for donations. You're making it public. You can't afford StreamYard. You won't post on your channel. You want to be number one in Doctor Who, but you don't post on your channel. And now you're doing a second channel where you're not even making money on the second channel, where you're not even really making money on the first channel. And now you want to talk about movies from the fucking 80s? How is that going to be popular for you? How the fuck is that going to generate money? What do you got, like 5 views, like Geeks Assemble? You got to think up some gimmick. So what does he do? Oh, guys, we got to have a conference call. Let's troll Matrix Lord. Bad Wolf gave us the technology. We can attack him now. Doctor's not on the air, so what are you doing? You're talking about the number one guy, you believe, Matrix Lord 2 and 2. Get him out of the way, and then I could do Doctor Who without interruption. You could do Doctor Who regardless of me being around or not. So I just found the reason why I keep going on and on and on about it is I want the public to know what I'm going through from Noli. The posts from his friends that I'm dying. So everybody, like, oh, he's dying. I'm gonna stop watching him. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Matrix Lord wither away on the air. I can't bear to see that. I'm gonna watch Noel now. I'm not dying. Not dying. Not dying at all. I mean, I might have some issues, and whatever stuff came out, I've been going for different opinions, obviously, and you learn that doctors are wrong at some things. How many times do people misdiagnose stuff or get stuff wrong? That's why I'm glad I'm in the medical field to know who to talk to and what to do and what tests to get. So, yeah, you don't believe everything. Even the greatest experts know shit on certain things. So, I'm fine. But the guy wants to create it like I'm not working. I'm always working. I'm always working. There's many different classifications of work. When I was an office manager in medical practice, when I ran them all, when I worked in pet land, when I was a writer for a magazine, when I was helping out a dance studio, always working. Submitting articles to newspapers, submitting articles to magazines. getting hired by movie companies to do stuff on their projects, being on Channel 1 News interviewed about it. Always working. Always working. Making money from my books. That's a regular thing when it comes in. Making money from YouTube. Making money from articles. Physical labor jobs. Always working. So just because you're not working doesn't mean you need to create the narrative that I am not. How else would I be able to pay for half this shit? And don't tell me it's all donations either. There's no donations I pay for me to go to the movies twice in a week. You don't know how much that costs. Don't make it like Matrix Floyd 2 and 2 is broke. Matrix Floyd 2 and 2 is washed up. Okay, big deal. I didn't get my hair dyed. That doesn't mean I'm dying just because my hair is a little gray. Who gives a shit? Really? Oh, my teeth are falling out. Well, big fucking deal. Didn't that happen when I was getting work done and a crown fell out and then I had to have it put back in? Okay, my coverage is a lot different than it used to be. So what? When you're watching Doctor News and you hear me talk about Doctor News, you give a shit what I look like? No. You can just listen to me. Some people just listen to me when in the car. So you could bash my teeth. You could bash my looks, my hair. You could bash my weight. You don't even know what I weigh. You don't even know what I look like. They make me look like a goddamn Jabba the Hutt in these videos. No idea. They're so embarrassing. No idea how much I weigh. And then the people, they're like, when they attack me, and then I respond, they don't like it. And then they're like, oh. And then they don't want me to be an enemy, so they try to make peace or whatever. And then we get a peace, and then they still attack me. Why is that? You want attention that bad? So, I'm talking to you, Bobby. I'm talking about you. Want to be at peace, but then you keep trying to start some shit with me, which is interesting. I guess it goes back to, what did your friend tell me it was? You were always like this from Doctor Who chat? Kind of was in trouble. Who was part of that Doctor Who chat, if I remember? Was it Gobster? Now he's called Dale, whatever. Dan, whatever, Dale? Dale. You know, who else was part of Doctor Who chat? Was it Blue Bonnet? Who else? Yvette. A lot of people, right? It's interesting. Interesting who's attacking. The people that were feeding Noel the news, and then Noel turned on them when he found out that they're full of shit. And I tried to make peace with him on Who Fire. Even John the White, when he was battling Noel, and I was trying to make peace with that. God rest his soul. And it's fair. It's fair. Different things happen. People want to have a go at me at some point. It's unfortunate that happens, and maybe people die and stuff, but it happens. You know, God rest their soul. But it's very easy. It's easier to destroy somebody's reputation than it is to build one. You could build up a reputation, and then people plant the seeds of doubt, and that's the end of it. They go, "Oh, Matrix was dying." Look at the guy Sam DeMayer. Sam DeMayer has been around the Whovian community for so long, and he's known throughout the Whovian community as the Whovian flip-flopper. When things get boring, he starts fights with people to stir up stuff in the Whovian community. A real shit disturber, like real. And we've been enemies and not enemies for so many different times. But this time, him really crossing the line. Like at first, he was against Noel. He gave him death threats. Then Noel filed something, and then, but supposedly on me. And then he was on my show, and then he turned on me. And then now he's telling everybody on social media he's against Matrix Lord 2 and 2 and his Doctor Who stuff. And he told everybody I'm dying of cancer. And then what's the other guy that I revealed on Twitter? Super Doctor. He keeps saying I'm dying. I'm behind a green screen. No green screen. These are actual action figures. Can I move it? I want that. Oh, look. Oh, I can't see. If this was a green screen, how would I be able to move that? No green screen. No green screen. What a liar. Have my lighting right here. That's an actual light. There's the air condition. No green screen. Liar. Liars. Liars. Not dying. May have some problems with my health and working on some things, but everybody does at some point in time, right? We're getting older, right? Not bald yet, thank God. I think a side effect is my hair's growing back, which is crazy. But whatever. Not dead, not dying, not defeated, really. So, but getting back to Doctor Who, well, with Noli too, it's like all his trolls trying to attack everything I do. Is that really necessary? Like, do you really guys want to see uh videos of making fun of me when Doctor's off the air? Like, is that really interesting? And again, when I during the pandemic, I went heavily into gaming, but I also did some different stuff on my channel. I did reviews of water, of pizza, of stuff. And I did that on my own. Why? Well, because I worked in retail and medical. So I constantly bought stuff at my job. And we bought stuff in the supermarket. And I'm like, all right, why not? So I came up with the idea for all of that. Nobody gave me the idea. The only person that gave me the idea for anything was Yvette from Doctor Who chat about the donut lesson. You know, the same Doctor Who chat that uh, David travels through time was battling with, that I tried to piece the ways with. So that loser didn't give me any ideas, but Yvette gave me the idea for the donut lesson. And my whole notion was, well, if I'm having, and again, I wasn't originally going to do, I did a couple of one-off things, but I wasn't really going to do a series out of it until I did that live stream where I made $500 because people wanted me to continue doing the donut lesson. So they were donating to my channel. With 15 minutes, I made $500. So I thought of it as a joke. All right, you know what? I love pizza. Let me do pizza. Oh, all right. You know what? Let me do something healthy to counteract the unhealthy stuff I was having, and let me have the water lesson. In fact, the water lesson got more episodes than all of them, and the water lesson was more successful than the donut lesson. Go figure. But I did make the most of the donor lesson money from the live stream, but overall, the water lesson generated a lot more views and a lot more stuff on my channel. And I thought, oh, at some point in time, I thought I was going to make another water lesson because I reached 130 some odd episodes. But look, I like to have variety on my channel. So you can come to my channel. If you want to see gaming, you see gaming. You want me to see me talk about Doctor Who, you got Doctor Who. You want to see me do the everything show? We talk about movies, TV, comics. You know, want me to show you comics? We talk about comic books. We'll do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'll pull out one right here. You want me to see me talk about Spider-Man? Boom. I still got to review that, by the way. But like, you know, whatever you want to see me do. Like we have a lot of different stuff on my channel. It's not just one thing. And then it grew into multiple channels. I do plan on expanding the pet stuff on one of my channels because I'm been in the pet industry for a long time. So I do want to focus on that at some point. And I do want to cover more pizza lessons, more water lessons. I want to look into the different types of water and the different lines. I'm actually going to go next week. And I'm going to go to some new places, new supermarkets. Going to want to see if there's new type of waters that I haven't reviewed. You know, and if there's new Snapple drinks or Gatorades or snacks. So I'm going to be doing that also. I was actually going to end that actually, and then Sharon was like, "No." Sharon Sharon stepped in and said, "You're not going to stop that. I'm going to buy you more stuff." You know, she does the food shopping. So like we have a thing where she goes and she does the food shopping. So she wants me to continue doing snack lessons and stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. But also too, like I was questioning a lot of things. I was going to change a lot of things. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that I'm also a Trekkie, but I haven't watched anything lately. I have seen Picard season 3. I should review Star Trek Next Generation, being that I've seen every single one of Star Trek Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise. So, seen every episode. So, I should review Star Trek Next Generation. I don't know if I'm gonna, because I'm busy with the gaming, so I do. I don't know. And that's another thing with gaming competition. I when I'm playing a AAA title, it's very hard to be in competition with the most platinums and the most stuff. Like I'm focused on a AAA. I can't be, just like if I'm doing podcasts or am I gonna write a book? Maybe, maybe I'll write a little bit here, a little bit there. But am I fully invested in doing the book? I mean, my publisher wants me to do a book now. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do a book now. Not now. Next year, 2026. But not now. Talk about timing. I gotta feel it. If I don't feel it, but no one wanted to make it like my books are not successful. Well, I have to pay for my books all the time, so it's been successful except for the last one. The last one wasn't because of the pandemic, not because of what it is. So you're going to see a lot of Ninja Gaiden came out today. Oh, that's interesting. I just got an alert from PlayStation. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound came out today. Oh, let me see. How much is that? Am I buying that today? Oh, that's not a lot. $22.49 with my membership for PlayStation Plus. Is this the classic look of it? It is the side. Oh, I was a huge fan of Ninja Gaiden. Oh, the boss looks great. The bosses. This is like the Ninja Gaiden Nintendo with the side scrolling. Oh crap! I gotta watch that video. I gotta see side scrolling Ninja Gaiden. Oh, I love it. Oh man, that might have just altered the day. 13 books published. It took me a while to be in Barnes and Noble, by the way. So the last book was Twists of Hate. Again, I released it on March 10th, and then the next day we went into lockdown. So that caused a massive problem for me. I had all my marketing and everything, and things got screwed up. That was the 13th book. I have, how many have I written? I actually have 6 manuscripts chilling in the background right now that still needs to be published. So I got 6. So we'll see. It's a lot about timing. I'm just cool. So do I have anything else to show you? I don't think so. I am very interested in a lot of different projects. I don't think I've covered. I'm interested in the future of the Puppet Master guys. I really want to see another movie. I really got to find out if there's going to be any crowdfunding for that, because I think I'm going to this time donate to that because I do want to see another movie. I don't know if they're going to do that again. That's my favorite B movie stuff. It's a Puppet Master movies. Blade right there. What do I have out? Blade. Who am I grabbing? Oh, Jester. That's Jester. Yeah, I love these movies. Who else do we got? Is this Tiny? Oh, this is Tiny. Oh, Pinhead. Not confused with Hellraiser. This is Pinhead. Yeah, I love these guys. These guys are my favorite, man. These guys are my favorite. Who can I grab here? Oh, it's Tunneler. Look at that. Full Moon. Love these movies. Definitely at some point in time, as a side project, would love to either be involved with it as I grow financially, maybe as a producer or something, or putting money into it, or maybe even writing it, a future Papa Master movie, definitely. Just like I would love to be part of Friday 13th universe or Jason universe or whatever. Jason is my horror icon, my favorite. Jason Voorhees, my favorite of favorites. There's nobody. That's my favorite horror. Just like Spider-Man's my favorite comic book hero, and Doctor Doom's my favorite villain. You know, and as far as groups go, Fantastic Four has always been. And other groups like the West Coast Avengers, I loved in the past. So I do plan on. I have a lot of plans. I have new book next year. Gaming. I gonna try to get the platinum to Demon Souls. I'm gonna try to continue competition soon. I have not seen the new one, but I have been a fan of them in the past. I don't think I've seen all of them. For some reason, YouTube does not like the horror cast and have significantly shadow banned or flagged the horror cast. I don't know if it's because the algorithm of me having the horror in the title of the cast, so I find myself talking about horror on the Everything Show now because they're just causing problems for my channel with the horror cast. So I did not see every Final Destination, but I did like Final Destination movies. I did like I Know What You Did Last Summer. I still Know What You Did Last Summer. I did not see the made for TV I Know What You Did Last Summer or the series or whatever. And I did not see the new one yet. I was focused last week on Superman and Fantastic Four. But if I am able to have time and still in the theater, I do want to see I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I also want to see the new Smurfs because I've always been a huge Smurf fan growing up. So I do want to see that actually because I do like the Smurfs. I wish sort of G.I. Joe was like it was back in the day, but like serious, like they used to have like G.I. Joe movie, big like animation movie things before it was even popular when it first started with the Weather Dominator and all that stuff. That was pretty cool. So I wish it was sort of like that, not kiddyish, but like well written and stuff like that. Transformers I like. Haven't seen the last stuff in Transformers. I didn't see the last Jurassic Rebirth. I didn't see it. I didn't see the one before that. And I do gotta get caught up with certain movies now because the job I had before had me work on the weekends, so I never got to go to the movies like I used to. So now I'm trying to go back into everything I've done. The only thing I haven't gone back to that I was always a fan of is wrestling, which rest in peace Hulk Hogan, by the way, my wrestling icon there. So I really haven't gotten back into that, and I maybe because of John Cena. I love John Cena. I always loved John Cena throughout his career, and he follows me on X, which is really cool. But I love John Cena. Nothing I could out anything he's in, I would want to see. So John Cena is greatest. Um, I like The Rock, and I like but John Cena is. I always loved it when he first started out and he took on the Undertaker when he wasn't even anybody. Like he would just do get like a little thing or did something, and like he was just a regular wrestler, and sometimes he would lose, but he was just like a regular, and then he just made a name for himself. And I followed him from the very beginning. I was a fan of him before he was even popular. I was a fan of him, so loved him before he even had a gimmick. Before it was like whatever. I love John Cena, so I used to go to wrestling. And I don't want to take away from the Real Whovians cast, but so there's going to be stuff you're going to see on the internet. Don't believe everything you hear about me. Don't believe I'm a bully. Don't believe I'm a horrible person. The fact that somebody's going overboard to try to destroy my career and destroy my name for the sake of Doctor Who is telling. Today's lawnmower day, obviously. Symphony of lawnmowers all day. Today. So that means no podcast today. I love Halloween. I love the first one. I liked the second one, but I didn't agree with the second one, him blowing up and dying. The third one, I was surprised, had nothing to do with Michael Myers. It was Season of the Witch, and they tried to do their own weird thing, calling it Halloween, but it wasn't. With the Shamrock and all that. 4, I did like. I liked the Return of Michael Myers. I liked 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Did not like Curse of Michael Myers at all. I thought 6 was the worst. Even though 3 had nothing to do with Michael Myers, I did like it. But I thought 6 was the worst. Curse of Michael Myers. Was it the worst? Yeah. I liked Halloween H2O. What was it? Halloween H2O? Halloween H2O. And was Halloween Resurrection after H2O? Was it? No, was it one between? Am I missing one now? Wait a minute. Halloween H2O. And then Halloween Resurrection. Right? Was there one in between? I liked it. Halloween H2O and Resurrection was is that one where he was burned at the end? It was okay. And then we had Rob Zombie's Halloween, which is I liked that one. Wasn't a fan of the second one that he did with the unicorn and the mother. Didn't like Rob Zombie's second one. And then I understand why the new Halloween was made with the alternate universe. Not a fan of that she's not the sister. I did like that one. The second one where she was hardly in it was okay. But I thought it was like a filler movie. And then the last one she was in, I did like it, but did not like that they killed Michael Myers or that he was possessing people. That was weird. Sort of like the Jason thing. I don't like that either with Jason Goes to Hell. So I wasn't too thrilled, but I think the worst one is always Curse of Michael Myers, really. Very much. I do want, I think Michael Myers is being rebooted again with a new universe, I think. I heard Jamie Lee Curtis might return to that too. I don't know. I'm more concerned with Jason and this sweet revenge thing. This baffles me. Baffles me that you have a 13-minute movie and you're calling the sweet revenge not Friday the 13th. I don't know, but I don't know. Crystal Lake. I'm not sure what to make of it. Is it Victor Miller's Jason, or is it Sam Cunningham's Jason, or is it a mixture of both, or is it like I don't know, because I know there's differences of opinions, and these guys fought for years, and that caused the game to stop, and I'm not happy about that. I didn't like the game being stopped, so you know, I don't know what to make of it. I don't want it to ruin the history of Jason. All right, guys, I gotta go with the real Whovians because this lawnmower thing's gonna get loud. I'm not gonna be able to do podcasts. So back to gaming. If you guys like what you see, please like and subscribe. Please leave your comments below. I like the comments. Even if it's not related to Doctor, you can comment on here and talk about like what you're talking about. Um, I love the actress that plays Mama Voorhees now. She was great in Scooby Doo, and she was great in as Hawkeye's wife in the Avengers movies. All right, thank you guys. Take care. Bye for now.